Palmer, thank you. Thank you so much for your support. I mean, not just your money, but your ideas.
Well, we both know that it'll take more than money to beat Lars Bogart.
Oh, yes, and I can't wait for the day for my business to really be a huge success and to see Lars Bogart eat crow.
Yes, I'm rather looking forward to that myself.
Huh. Oh, incidentally, it's really too bad you had to miss my party last night.
Oh, yes, I am disappointed in that, yes.
Well, how's your head feel?
Oh, it's fine. It's just fine now.
Oh, great. Listen, you missed my announcement.
What announcement?
That I am going to write my autobiography.
You're joking.
No, I'm not joking. It's a very serious project. And my friend Nick Davis of Unirest, and everybody thinks it's going to be a bestseller.
But, Erica, you're about to launch a cosmetic company. How do you expect to find the time or the energy to write a book?
Oh, well, I promise I'm not going to neglect my duties as president.
Well, I mean, if you expect to do it on weekends,
well,
you might as well
I'm not going to do it at all. I'm going to have a ghostwriter, a wonderful ghostwriter. He's going to do it. Think of the publicity when my life story hits the book stands.
Yes. Yes, of course. It will be wonderful.
It'll be fabulous. Well, listen, I really have to go.
Oh, by the way, did you take my advice and, that is, refuse to back Langley Wallingford in the election?
Oh, yes, I did. I did do it, but I'm really sorry I couldn't keep your name out of it. I mean, Mrs. Wallingford just kept after me until I finally had to tell her that I was doing it at your insistence.
Yes, yes. I know how difficult it is to fend off that woman.
Oh, yes. I mean, she just keeps after you and after you, you know. So I did tell her that you are backing my business financially, so I had to bow to your wishes.
Eric.
Harris, what happened to you?
Oh, yes, nice. A horseback riding accident.
Oh.
What can I do for you?
Well, actually, Harris, I'm here to do something for you. I have a plan that can make you a very rich man.
I don't think you realize what you're asking, Erica. For me to leave Sensuel?
Harris, I am offering you the chance to be head of Erica Kane Incorporated.
Which is an unknown, untried firm.
Granted. But Harris, look at the deal. I mean, a 25% raise over your present base salary? Come on, that's nothing to be sneezed at.
No, but...
And aside from that, 10% of the company? Do you realize what that means?
Well, it doesn't mean that I would have any control over the company.
No, true, but it means you'll be a millionaire.
If your company is successful.
Is there any doubt, Harris? With a man like Palmer Cortland backing me? As a matter of fact, it was Palmer Cortland who suggested I get you on the board.
I'm flattered, I really am. But, Erica, it's out of the question.
Why?
Erica, my becoming president of Sensuel was the most incredible thing that has ever happened to me. It was a stroke of luck.
Harris, don't you understand that luck and opportunities, they come in waves? You have to learn to ride the crest.
Yeah, I'm not a surfer, Erica. Look, I really appreciate the offer, but I can't.
Don't you even want to think it over?
No, I don't want to play games with you. Erica, I know myself too well. I am not a risk taker.
Well, Harris, it's really too bad because you are passing up a fabulous opportunity.
Perhaps, but I just couldn't do it to you. After all that you've done to me, you've been so decent with me, and I want to be up front with you now. Besides, I still regret having unwittingly encouraged that Silver or whatever.
Oh, come on, let's not talk about her. Harris, there is something you could do for me.
Name it.
Okay, I'm going to be writing my autobiography.
Well, that should be fascinating.
Yes. In fact, I've been assured that it's going to be a bestseller. Anyhow, what I really would like to have is the files that Sensuel used to keep on me. You know, all my photographs and the publicity material.
Mm-hmm. I don't see any reason why not. Certainly, we don't have any use for them anymore.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Harris, so much. Do you know what? I'm going to include you on that front page. You know, where writers sometimes acknowledge people, and I'm going to say, to Harris Kern, with thanks.
Your publicity used to be my main job, Erica.
Oh, Harris, you're an angel.
Let me go get your file.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Great. When I think of all the time I used to spend in this room. first time I sat in this chair. I waited for Brandon to come in that door.
Erica, what the hell
You really
are you
should watch
doing
that
here?
nasty temper of yours, Lars.
Never mind my temper. I asked you what you were doing here.
Well, I don't mind telling you. I came here to offer Harris Kern a job with my company.
You did what?
Here you go, Erica. Oh, Mr. Bogart.
Harris, you idiot. Did you really think you could betray me and get away with it?
What?
How dare you go up to the competition after all I've done for you?
But
you weren't even
didn't.
ready to become president of this company, and I gave you the chance.
Oh, please, Mr. Bogart, I did not accept her offer. Erica, did you tell Mr. Bogart that I accepted?
No, of course not. He just jumped to that conclusion.
She made me a nice offer, Mr. Bogart, but I turned her down.
You're fired.
What? But I just told you I turned her down.
I don't care if you turned it down or not. You listened to that conversation long enough to hear that nice offer. That loyalty I don't need, Harris.
But what else was I supposed to do, Mr. Bogart?
You should have thrown her out of here the moment she opened her mouth.
Oh, that's just so outrageous. That's ridiculous.
Shut up!
Thank you, Harris. Thank you so much.
What exactly is that?
Well, just some old photographs of Erica and some publicity material. I didn't think we'd have any use for them anymore.
You're the thing we don't have any use for, Harris. Now, I want you out of this office today. Is that clear?
Harris, you thought you had security here with a bully like that? My goodness, you are going to love working for Erica Kane Incorporated.
Harris, get out. I want to talk to this woman. You're pretty pleased with yourself, aren't you?
Well, I can't say that I mind seeing you make a fool of yourself.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'd already decided to replace Harris, Erica.
Well, I hope you don't have any better luck replacing him than you did replacing Ellen at RBC.
You don't know anything about RBC, and you know even less about running a cosmetics company.
Yes, but now I have Harris.
Oh, you're welcome to him and his second-rate talents.
Oh, well, I wouldn't write him off like that. As I've said to Palmer, Kent relied heavily on Harris Kern.
Well, I want to warn you about something, Erica. You're getting yourself into the middle of a very dangerous situation.
What does that mean?
Exactly what I said. A warning.
Save your threats, Lars. I'm no longer a poor little model you can push around. With Palmer Cortland as my partner, I am very well protected.
Oh, just the opposite, Erica. If you line up with Palmer Cortland, I can promise you that you'll get yourself into a fight that you won't be able to handle.
I don't seem to be frightened.
Perhaps you should be. That kind of courage could be a fatal flaw.
Harris, cheer up. It's not the end of the world.
You know, I've never been fired before.
Think of it as a beginning, Harris. The beginning of your career working for me.
I invested everything in Sensuel. My talent, my time, everything.
I know, but you had to answer to Lars Bogart. Now think how much more pleasant it's going to be answering to me.
I don't know, Erica. Starting all over again with a new, unproved company?
Okay, Harris. Erica Kane Cosmetics may be new and may be unproved, but I guarantee you, I am going to make it the biggest success story New York has ever seen. How could Erica Kane Cosmetics possibly fail? I mean, my face, my name are instantly recognizable. I mean, people are going to be just dying to buy my products. Well, you read the Sensuel marketing research reports on me. You know, people love me.
Those were done before your trial, Erica.
Okay, I know. I know there was some bad publicity because of the trial, but I also told you that I've come up with this great idea to turn everything all around. I told you I'm going to write my autobiography. And it's a brilliant idea because it's going to satisfy, you know, the misconceptions about the trial, and it's going to hopefully satiate the public's just amazing hunger to know about my private life.
Mm-hmm. You really think people will want to buy this?
Harris, people are going to descend on the bookstores in droves. I mean, especially after I have all my publicity tour and everything. I mean, can you imagine how all those little people out there are going to feel when I show up in person at their little bookstores? I mean, signing autographed copies of my book, giving newspaper interviews, and being on talk shows and everything. I mean, it's going to be just terrific.